So we're both recording on separate devices.
Yes, this is what we do. We use professional equipment here. Be quiet. We're doing a podcast. No,
He's just throwing me right into it. No time to even think.
I have thrown it. Yeah, I mean, that's the way you should do it. That's how you do a podcast. How I do a podcast. I'm not smart enough to sit there and actually write something.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's spontaneous, sure. But, like, okay.
It is one thing.
Walnut Tree Road. I still can't go over that name.
Yeah, okay. Let's not tell people where I live. Let's try not to. Too many people already know where I live.
I mean, who was just walking down this road and said, yeah, Walnut Tree Road? Must have been walnut trees here at some point. Is there still walnut trees here?
Yeah, I'm going to just go beep on that. I don't want people to know where I live, Hanson.
No one's coming for you.
Oh, they're all coming for me. All the conspiracy theorists, everyone is coming for me.
Yeah, it's because you're taking off.
Yeah. So, what is it like being a gay actor?
I
mean, do you struggle with your sexuality?
Yeah, like the harassment on your set has been tough.
It has.
But then I learned to just kind of let it flow naturally. And
I'm thinking about renaming this podcast something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Black Casting Couch.
Dang. We're actually on it right now.
I know. How does it feel to be on my casting couch right now?
It's like I'm sinking into the impressions of hundreds of people who sat in this exact spot. Their memories, their pain.
Their ambitions.
I feel it all. I'm just the next one.
It's true. It's true. So, Nat, tell us about yourself. Tell us about, you're from Newcastle originally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry about it.
It's okay. I kind of, I feel like I'm from London now.
But you don't sound it. You sound kind of Irish.
I get Irish a lot, yeah. I'm influenced a lot by people that I talk to. And I've got, I don't know. And then it's like I look at it as like an explosion of a Northumbrian accent with 11 years in London and growing up in Oxford for a while as well.
You grew up in Oxford?
Yeah, I told you that already, no?
When you talk, I normally just hear white noise.
That's awful.
Like,
No, my mum was doing her degree, so we lived there for a few years. But I don't know how much that really changed me.
just my tea.
I don't know. I don't think it really matters. They both look exactly the same.
So when did you know you first went to get into acting?
When did I know?
Or are you still trying to figure that one out?
Anyway,
tea.
I haven't tried it yet. It's very hot. I always wanted to do it when I was younger, but I wasn't in the right place. I just didn't have like the confidence to. I used to like drama class and stuff, but then I never took that leap. And then when I was in like my late teens, and I was kind of expressing myself through scenes in movies and stuff, and I was like, okay, you really enjoy this. Now I feel confident enough. But then that was like a big change for me, and that's why I took the big change of like, I'm going to London, I'm going to really do this. And yeah.
Well, was that frightening for you to have to leave your family, everything you knew, and just go to a new place?
So that was exciting. I think I was very happy up there. And I always wanted to be like in the center of things,
Do you feel that London is still the center of everything?
London's a bit of a mess. But yes, at least for this country, yeah. It's like, consider moving out of London all the time. Like, not consider, but it's like, oh, imagine if you would just go like an hour out. I live right in the city. And, but then you just can't. I leave for a few days to go like, to visit family and stuff, and I get itchy feet, and I just want to go straight back. It's just like, even if London's not working for you at all, you just don't want to not be there.
See, I have the complete opposite. I just want to get out. I just want to leave that. But then I was born here, so
That's true.
it's different for people. I think there's some people who enjoy who get here and they're like, buildings are great, the architecture's great, museums are great, theatre's great, it's great. But if you grow up in the rat race, everything is a little bit more difficult. It's a little bit more like, I'd like some sort of calm and some serenity or something.
I never really cared about it's more about just like
Exciting.
the speed and the people you meet. And so it's like in Newcastle, I mean, I think I'd only heard in the flesh like 3 or 4 different languages. Then you come to London and you walk down the street and you hear that people are from everywhere, and it's like, oh wow, there's a whole world. And it's another thing about being up there. I mean, it's whatever. It's all these things, but you're limited in what you can meet sometimes, because it's very just, especially living in a small village town kind of thing. Everyone's from there, and I think you miss opportunities to kind of expand. And maybe you go on a holiday to like the Canary Islands once a year, but it's not real,
Yeah, I kind of understand that because I actually grew up in a small village just outside of London. So, yeah, I understand that.
Was that not like close enough to London where you get like diversity and stuff like that? Or like
It was a bus ride. I mean, I'm talking like 5 minutes out of London.
Yeah, so you must have.
Still a small village. It's still got that, like, everyone knows each other and everyone knows each other's business. It's that sort of thing.
Goodness me.
If you walk outside your door, you're going to bump into someone that you know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's very, very, very small, very, very all tied in together sort of thing.
that's definitely what it was like.
Do you think, in order to learn how to act, do you think the travel was necessary?
That's a good, yeah. I mean, you have to delve into things that make you uncomfortable. It's kind of like, I'm meeting all these people. I'm learning all these new things. There's all these different attitudes and personalities, and it really allows you to expand. And I think you would miss that if you don't come somewhere like London. Everyone's so different, and you have to kind of adapt to, okay, I can't really talk like this here, because they're not gonna, you adapt in a way that an actor has to adapt just in general life. If it makes any sense.
Well, I mean, experience is so important to bringing a good performance, because if you're like if you're limited in your experience, that means you're sort of limited in your performance. Or actor A's experience could be so different to actors B experience that the performances would be completely different for the same role. If that makes sense what I'm trying to get at. So if you had just stayed in Newcastle,
Yeah,
wouldn't you have been quite limited?
absolutely. Well, imagine if someone, I mean, this is extreme, but imagine someone is born, grows up, and lives in a house with like a parent, and they never meet anybody else. How are you even going to understand what makes a human being? London comes with all these pains and struggles, but that is in all of us. That's in every character you're going to play. If you're just in one place, I don't think you understand enough. I mean, it's not like you come to London and walk around with like a pen and pencil, and like you can, but it's more just like a natural.
But then you're analysing, you're not experiencing, are you? You're not feeling.
Yeah, but I think
If you go around with a pen,
sure, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I think living in a place like London just naturally for an extended period of time, you will experience things that you put into your characters, into your research, into your work, without even knowing it. It's like, I'm a completely different person than I was 10 years ago. Would I be this person if I just stayed where I was from. No way. It's like, I think people, like, if I were to bring a friend of mine from Newcastle who's never left Newcastle, never been to London before, they'd just be like, oh God, overwhelming, maybe terrifying. Maybe that's the same about going to any new place, but London especially. And I'm grateful for all crap I've been through in London, because I just know so much more about myself and other people, and I can jump into the role of someone who's different than me and not be afraid of that, because you're doing that all the time.
And so where did it start from for you? What drama school did you attend?
Well, I was just set on going. I did the whole drama school thing, and I had some callbacks and stuff, but I think I was just not ready or right for drama, for auditioning. I'm not even good at auditioning now, actually. I mean, no, I mean, I really struggle with it, because it's just, I think I'm great once I get there and I'm doing it, but the whole thought process and am I doing this and doing that, it just makes you nuts. So I just applied straight for a foundation degree. I went to Regent's University. I just did a year, and they're kind of open to almost anyone going and doing that degree. People go on that course just to kind of learn about themselves, not actually pursuing acting. So it was very weird. Also kind of easy to thrive if acting's what you really want to do, because a lot of people are not actors. So
I mean, that's the thing when it comes to training. I really believe you don't need to go to somewhere high profile. It's a matter of just practice, just being on a set or being in a stage play and just acting with other actors or people who want to be actors. It's like anything else. It's like martial arts. It's just practice.
Yeah, having teachers, people who can kind of just, it's kind of like just directing you through this early stage of your career, your life, where you don't really, maybe you think you know everything, but you don't, and just being like maneuvered. I never wanted to go on a course where they're going to like completely construct me in a certain way. I like to be directed. I like to be advised and then find my way. And this course was kind of, it was okay, here's some things we're going to do, and you try them, and then they tell you what's working and what's not. But it's not like, oh, today you have to, it's like when I was doing the auditions for drama schools, it was fine, whatever. I mean, there's thousands of people, and it's like, oh my God, what's going on? But I felt like I had to kind of pretend to be a certain way. I didn't feel comfortable being my total self, because I thought that's not what they're going to want. And that's why I just stopped with the whole drama school auditioning thing. I just felt like, if you're not right for drama school, that doesn't matter. You're right for you to be you as an actor. So doing a course where I could just be that was great. I didn't have to go in there and think I have to pretend. I could be me with all my everything that didn't work, and still thrive in that course. I don't know what it's like to be on one of those actual drama degrees, but the audition process, I did not have a good time. It was just not comfortable.
So what was your next step then? I mean, when did you start doing any type of...
I did a few things. I've always been doing a few things. Nothing that really changed anything, but then, because I was so young, I think London kind of grabbed me by the back of the neck and just kind of led me down. I had a few years of just messing around, just enjoying the city, learning who I was, and I kind of fell off track for a while. It's very difficult when you're that age to keep on track with all the pressures and, the fear of getting older and all that. Then when I got to like my late 20s, kind of like 20s, 28, I kind of woke up and I was like, okay, you've kind of had a bit of fun. You've kind of found yourself a little bit. You've had some negative experiences. Now it's time to be serious again. And then once I focused again, I started meeting some great people and started doing some stuff that I'm really proud of. Now I feel like I'm really, okay, now I'm an actor. But my mid-20s, was kind of like a period of time where I you know, pursued other things without even realizing it. I just pursued growing up and living in London. Do I sometimes I regret that? Sometimes I don't. It's like, oh, whatever, you know. It's gotta you find your way.
So what was your first real acting role?
I mean, we did stage productions in the university course, and that terrified the hell out of me. And then it was, you know, it's a great thrill when you come up. And then I did some short films after. You know, I still wasn't as confident as I am now, and I think you know. And then I did like some further studying, but then I did a lot of music videos, which are great experiences and fun, but you don't really get to explore character that much.
How does that improve your acting? Like, for example, I'm sure you'd have to do a lot more sort of facial work as opposed to when you were talking. Did that help you grow as an actor?
Well, it was more, I think, just about getting like set experience and meeting people and I mean, everyone wants to just dive straight into like this big role that's going to make them into a superstar, but I just don't think that's, and it rarely happens. I don't think it's the right thing anyway. It's,
you need to grow first, I think.
Yeah, because you know what.
Also, it depends what you want to be. I mean, my theory is you have the actor and then you have the movie star. So the movie star, yeah, they can just jump into that role because I'm not saying they're not real actors, but their acting only has to be good to a point because they're more of a brand than what they are in artists. Whereas if you're going to be an actor, it's a completely different ballgame.
Yeah, you.
Let's piss Leonardo DiCaprio off.
Yeah, or Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is like the last. He's the movie star, you know.
He's the last main one.
But he still makes great stuff. It's just. Yeah, it's still going.
He's made Man Crash.
Oh, I thought I was. Yeah, I mean, all these things. It kind of gave me it kind of made me feel like I was doing something at the time, and I was like, yeah, I'm creating something. But then once it's over, it's just kind of gone. It's just a thing you did, and now the roles that we're doing together and other things, I'm really allowed to create a person that is much deeper than that, and also, you know, and I think I'm ready for that now, as opposed to just like little things which just disappear and you're just running around. So that's what I wanted. That's what I've always wanted to do, is like make a person who then exists after me, and it's like, okay, I did that. Yeah.
But I mean, your first experience in feature film, correct me if I'm wrong, was it Shark City? Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah.
Give those guys a plug.
Yeah, that was cool. That was fun. But that, I mean, no. That
Was it known as something else first, or
yeah, you know,
like Sharknado or something?
no, Sharknado is,
No, that's
that would have been good, huh? I'll be in the 6th one. No,
Rick number 9.
yeah, very good.
New shark film.
Yeah, we need a budget, and I mean,
We don't discuss it either way. We can get it done.
like real sharks. Okay, interesting.
Funny too.
Wouldn't even need to act, just be in real fear.
Yeah.
I
I think Isle of Wight would be a perfect place to do a shark movie.
never been. Have you been?
When I was like 4.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's got that sort of Jaws type feel to it, I think.
Yeah,
You know, like a small sheriff, everyone knows each other.
we're gonna need a bigger cast. Oh, you don't get it. It's fine.
If you said we're going to need a bigger cave.
Boat.
Yeah. We can get it. Details.
Um,
The shark comes on land.
land.
Land shark.
Shark land.
Land shark coming this August.
It's like
Rated PG because it's that bad.
hey, it's not going to be bad.
I was talking about land shark. I wasn't talking about Shark City.
Are we making land shark?
Why is it called Shark City? I mean, do they have office jobs?
Because it's I hope so. My goodness. No, because it's in the city. I did that. That was like 2 days. That was that. London.
London?
I didn't go very far.
Oh my God, wow.
Now that was like a bit part, and I don't even. I like the idea of seeing myself get eaten by a shark on screen.
Did you actually get eaten by a shark?
Apparently, or rubble hits me or something. I'm still waiting to find out. It's been like a year and a half.
Do you remember being in the mouth of a shark or anything?
No, I mean you didn't see it. It's all going to be post. I did a Bollywood thing, and that never came out.
Bollywood thing?
Yeah, it wasn't like dancing and singing and stuff.
They do a lot of filming here.
I know, and they've got so much money.
I know, it's unreal.
It was on an Isle of Dog, and in like a studio, and this was like 3 years ago.
I was hanging outside Ealing Studios with this actress, and there was a film crew. It turned out it was all Bollywood, and she's like, "Bonjour, do you need an actress for this role?" I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's that.
She didn't get the part.
No.
They weren't even offering parts. Well, they gave me like £250 a day, and I never even been paid for anything before. But that was like, it was very like, it was weird.
That's not true.
I'm serious.
You've got 1% stake.
I mean, but this came.
There was no need to get that bitchy now.
Goodness. What? How many of you is there? 4?
Oh, I've lost count.
Come here. This was way before. I was like 28 and 27, and I don't.
Wait, that long?
Yeah, I don't think it's.
Oh my God.
I don't think it's ever coming out. I think.
Then look at Kill Room. That's taken me 2 years.
Yeah, I know, but like, I mean, there's no communication. It's just gone. It's just like a thing that I don't even know if it actually happened.
It's probably been released under another name. It's probably in Prime right now.
No, someone would have told me.
You said there'd been like no.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't think there would be until it was done. This is what I mean. Like, you just do things, and you're always waiting for like.
I think we should invite the director on this podcast. See what happened to it.
Okay.
Because we need to know if you get eaten by a shark or a problem falls on you.
Oh, for that, yeah. They're doing like this, like production companies doing like. My goodness, doing like 6 a year or something of these like B movie things, and I showed up for like 2 days. It was a bit of fun, you know.
Have they had other stuff that's actually been released?
Yeah, loads of stuff.
What's going on with the shark thing?
I mean, maybe the post just takes a long, long time. Imagine it does.
Probably money as well. Maybe they can only allocate so much money to.
Like things like frozen up or something. Yeah, maybe. No, but then yeah. Shortly after that, I met you. I think we'd already spoken at that point, and I was kind of, because we had a long wait until we started filming Essex Boys. It was like a year between first message to actually filming.
No.
Yeah, actually one time.
No, couldn't be.
Because I remember saying, "Oh, I'm meeting this guy next year," or maybe it was like summer to January.
It was. So I met you roughly about May or June.
Really?
Yeah, and then I told you we were going in January, and we did.
Because it was warm and we met at that Paul Cafe. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, because it was in May when I decided I was gonna do an Essex Boys.
Yeah.
And then I just put the feelers out.
But that, I mean, that was the first role. And it took me a little while to get there. I think I just lost, for a while there, I lost confidence in anything I would do. I just felt like, okay, I'm just going to, you know, I didn't know, I still don't know what the future is going to be, but like, it was like everything I was doing, I was kind of like, I get really excited at the beginning, and then I start doing it, and then I just kind of become like, okay, it's another thing. But then, especially with your belief and everything, I was like, okay, this one, this feels like the first thing I'm doing where I'm actually going to be like satisfied. And I definitely got that. I was able to be a character, you know, and research and change the way I looked a little bit, and go into what he's thinking and stuff. And now we're doing like 2 or 3 things like that.
Right. Also, doing a sort of lost and found film, that was new for me as well, and that was interesting because I could work with actors on a completely different level than before,
Yeah.
and also being behind the camera doing all the talk.
Well, I can't believe that we just stumbled into the idea because it was never the plan.
No, the plan was to shoot a real
Yeah.
cinematic.
And now that
It was good as well, you know.
yeah, no, I was learning the whole script, and then we kind of just changed the whole plan, and now that's become like you're kind of like that's something you really love to pursue now. Like you're it's like what you're doing, and you never planned for any of that. It's just amazing how things happen. We all just had a conversation in this room that led to that direction, and now it's like that's how we're actually creating now. Like we're very fortunate.
Guys, can you be quiet because we're just doing a podcast, okay? Thank you. Okay, and I've yeah, I mean, what I like about it is the amount of realism you can get to by using that technique. And also, it's strange because you can use the lost and found genre, if you want to call it a genre, in several different ways. I'm only learning that by doing it and by creating.
Yeah, and I guess you know, you can allocate resources in a different way. You know, it's like there's not this kind of stress of showing up and being like, okay, where do I need to be? What am I looking at? It's kind of like, okay, no, I'm in the room doing this scene. I don't even need to think about the camera because the camera is a character and it's there with me and it will follow me no matter what I do. And it's very freeing. And you kind of feel like, especially with all the dialogue being improvised, I can just follow the flow of this character and how he's reacting to what's happening around him. And it'll be captured in the right way. Not like, I got to run to this line and stop right there. It's a completely different way of filmmaking. I think you get amazing, authentic results. And, you know, you can kind of plan, okay, we need this location and these props and these people to be there. And that can be your focus. And the filmmaking, it's more about, okay, what am I going to naturally find here? And what am I going to keep and what's not? And I think that gives you all this free headspace to create in the moment. Instead of driving yourself nuts about where should I get this shot, what's going to look, what most going to be in the background of the frame, which is a different kind of, that we all love that. It's art, that's filmmaking, but this is a different thing, and I think we're really enjoying ourselves with it, and we're able to just create these raw movies.
For me, what was amazing was seeing the difference between Murderous Intentions, which is yet to be released, and the Essex Boys. I mean, the tone is just is so different.
Yeah, but it still has a little bit of the Essex Boys, like grainy kind of. It's like it feels like it's really happening.
Yeah, it does, but I don't think that's really a part of the Essex Boys tapes as such, because the tone is just so completely different.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm extremely excited about getting Murderous Intentions out. I think with the character that I've been able to just naturally kind of get into, which is great. Like, I love this kind of sadistic kind of person, and then with the filmmaking style, I'm able to pursue like his weird thoughts in the moment. So I have the freedom to do that. So okay, we were doing a scene here, but then I know him pretty well now, and I know in this moment he's going to want to do this actually, and I can just do it because I know the camera's going to be there with me. And I don't know if you get different results if it was like, okay, but you have to be here for the shot. It's like, okay, but I can just follow the craziness of what's happening. I'm getting all this amazing stuff. I'm really excited about it. I think it's really interesting. And
then, we could do something as well, like American Vampire. I don't know how you feel, but for me, that's just fun. It's something that's over the top, slightly ridiculous, and you get lost in the fun side of filmmaking. So there's there's potential to do different things and then have different enjoyments from it. So there's an enjoyment from playing a sadistic psychopath, because that's no way you are. I hope so. There's no way.
It's a bit easy.
But then doing something as crazy as a vampire movie that's completely as far from reality as you can get, there's something fun there as well. And it's almost, when you do the lost and found footage type genre, there's a lot of stress off you, because you don't have to worry about the perfect sound, you don't have to worry about the perfect picture, you only have to worry if it's semi-believable.
Yeah, and we'll do that eventually. We'll do cinematic projects.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's already there. I mean, the next cinematic project is Legend of the Craze.
Sure, yeah.
That one's coming up. I'm quite excited for that one.
But I think whether it's where we were in our lives, in our careers, and how we're feeling about filmmaking, we're pursuing this kind of method we found that's allowing us to just express ourselves and create in a way that's very comfortable for us right now.
And also, I mean, I'm excited, I don't know about you, but I'm excited about doing family movies as well, kind of reaching to a completely different genre.
I'm excited about all of it, but just releasing and creating and just, having that outlet and just doing stuff, You can go too long without doing anything, and when meeting so many people, bringing those people on, they're able to really just experience this kind of free performance, and we're getting the best out of each other. And this time next year we could have 4 projects released, and
Pretty sure
could be more.
Yeah.
What is like 72 written or something at this point?
I'm a bit of a prolific writer.
Yeah.
But then you don't know how many other films, other producers you're going to be making. You don't know.
Yeah, well, you want more all the time, don't you? But
sometimes less is more.
I always say that. Anything could happen. But I mean, we have this kind of plan, and it's kind of the plan that keeps me going at the moment. It's like, okay, whenever I feel down about or worried about the future of my creativity, I'm like, well, no, we have this and we're doing this, and very proud of that. And it's like, even though we're doing like 4 different things at the same time, it's like all of them are moving forward. It's like, okay, don't get stressed. You're not losing, you're not falling off the track. You're going forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to get to the point where you're going to be a producer as well, where you're going to start producing your own stuff, putting your own teams together. I mean, those are the skills I really want to give everyone, because if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. The secret, I think, being an actor is learning how to produce, or even learning how to write. Like, you're an amazing writer, for example.
Yeah.
How's that feature coming that you're supposed to be writing?
It's happening.
Yeah.
I wish I could write as fast as you. I really do. I'll kind of sit on something for like a month, just in my thoughts, and then
I do the same thing. I sit on something for months, and then sometimes years,
and then one day just sprue it out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, now it just bursts, and you're like ready to go, and it's like, oh, all comes out.
You see, I once had someone who tried to put me on a writing schedule, but it doesn't work. You have to...
Yeah, because you just thought it.
Yeah.
No.
I try to write every day, but it'll be like a scene that will never be used, just to get the rubbish out, and just to make sure that I'm able to still write as fast as what I can. For some reason, that's quite important to me. I'm not sure why. But another thing that you must remember, though, it is quality over quantity.
Yeah.
You know, don't be proud of something that you wrote so quick. Be proud of something that is good. I mean, a lot of my scripts could have been better if I wasn't constantly always thinking about the next script, the next project. You know, there's always something flawed in my movies because of the way my brain works.
Well, I wrote this short script. It's like 12 pages. That's it. I wrote it in lockdown because we had so much time. And it still took me like the whole lockdown, and going back into this, writing a whole feature. I'm just terrified of how long the process is going to take me, but I just got to do it.
The real challenge is to make it as short as you can. Like, can you tell that same story in 3 pages?
I mean, it would.
It's hard.
Yeah, I mean, it would be like there would be A to B, A to B, A to B done.
I mean, like, some people are like, writing a feature is hard, but writing like something funny within the space of a minute is even harder. And there's all these competitions and all these festivals that you can win if you can do that. If you have that skill, where you can write something within a minute.
Yeah, and I submitted to festivals. I had a good time. I had a few little wins there, but like, that's a good feeling in the moment. But I'm more interested in just the creation, like, it's like that gave me gratification for like a little while, but then I would say, okay, that's nice, but what am I actually? I guess I'd feel differently once I make it, and I've finished that
What's
art.
making it for you?
Finishing it in its final view, like its final.
I mean, you're not talking about like being in Hollywood and making.
No, I'm talking about making the. I'm talking about how. Yeah, I've written something and it's like, it's great, but that's only halfway. My final vision is, in its final form, actual short film, and I've spent a few years just trying to kind of take that step, and I just haven't done it yet because I feel like acting wise it's kind of it's going somewhere, and I'm like, okay, this is good, I'm focusing there, and just have to find the time to divide my attention a little bit. You should be doing all this stuff, and I will, but then I'm always back and forth with exactly how I want to do it. And I don't know, maybe it's like also the fear of once you do it, then what kind of thing. It's kind of, you just live in this kind of plane where it's like, okay, well, I'm going to make it something cool. And then once you make it, it's like, okay.
Well, I mean, it comes down to like, okay, set a goal for yourself. And if you do that, whatever comes after that is just a bonus. So for example, my actually was, I want something distributed. The Essex Boys tapes got distributed. So now everything else I'm doing is just a bonus, so considered a bonus. The fact that I managed to get all new equipment because the Essex Boys got sold, it's just a bonus.
Very nice.
It's just a complete bonus.
Yeah. Well, now with presumably the next one, I don't know how fast you're thinking we're gonna finish the Vampire.
That's gonna be pretty quick.
You think that's gonna release before MI?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because Murderous Intentions, we're holding up for screening because we want to screen that at Counts.
Yes.
I don't think I'm gonna put the Vampire film in any festival.
It's just a release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a tongue-in-cheek sort of movie. It's made for those people who like to get a bucket of popcorn, watch a really bad movie and throw popcorn at the screen and laugh.
Yeah.
That's the audience. That's who it's for. You don't need a film festival for that, unless it was to promote, movies so bad you love to hate them. Now, people may be like, well, why are you making a bad movie? Because I love to watch those movies. I really do. I think that they're so fun.
I've seen too many. They can kind of manipulate you a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
So then you watch a really good movie and you're like, oh God, it's like your mind is like, oh yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to focus on a movie. You just want junk food for the mind.
Yeah.
And that's what American Vampire is.
I mean, how many minutes of footage do we have of that now?
12 minutes.
Okay. I haven't been so involved in that so far. I did the vampire thing.
Yeah.
And whatever.
Got some yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we need to do the police scenes, like when we see the victims and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's plenty to do there. The only person who's wrapped on that is we've got 2 people wrapped.
Really?
Yeah, which is Tony. He's wrapped.
already?
Yeah, he was wrapped ages ago.
How?
Oh, to be fair, he had a small role.
He was the...
And Camellia, she's wrapped.
Damn. See, I don't even know what else I have planned. This is where I'm kind of struggling, because I guess I just don't know enough about the guy I'm playing yet. And I've been involved in the scenes, and
But don't forget, we shot a good lot of prior among them, and then barely anyone was free, and we couldn't really get that finished. So I think a lot of your headspace, I think a lot of that was in Pariah.
Well, yeah, and that role really suits me, kind of like the vulnerable, kind of damaged guy, and we'll get to that eventually. You see, this is where I get, it's easy to get confused and get a little bit down. So, okay, we're doing such and such and such, but then one thing will kind of like, okay, we can't do that for a while. Oh, let's do this for a bit, and it's like, okay, but then it's like time is passing, and it's like, okay, but we talked about this, how I really want to release something, and then in my mind, MI was the next thing we were going to release, because we had a really nice cut of it, but then obviously we've made decisions that it's really good, let's do even more, let's make it even better, and that's brilliant. But then it's like, I have to change.
It's too hard.
Because I had to change my headspace and say, okay, you're not releasing this next month, which is what you were really excited about. You're going to keep going and release it in a few months, and it's going to be great when it does, but then I have to kind of relax and go, okay, you're not getting it right now, which is really tough, but it is the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like a May or a June release.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I'm not saying we're going to win the Cannes Film Festival with it. I'm not saying that at all, but it's a great project for Cannes, and we get to go off and we get to experience that, and we get to hopefully meet new people and things like that. I really believe that belongs there.
Yeah.
And it's worth taking time to make sure we get it right.
Well, we have scenes planned, which I think are really interesting. Big day on the 25th. So things are moving forward. I guess I'm wanting to get to keep that going, then get my head into another one, which I know Vampires is we've got a lot planned for that at the moment. So I really need to kind of get a grip of what I'm doing in that movie, so that I can put a lot of my focus onto that.
You look at the scene breakdown, so you can get an idea of who he is.
Yeah, because we were doing the scenes 2 days ago.
Oh, was it yesterday?
It wasn't yesterday. I was working yesterday.
Yeah, the other day.
The other day, time just disappears. And it's fine because I'm just acting, but I'm not entirely sure of my stakes and my feelings, and I felt like I was kind of saying things, and it's whatever. I mean, it's all learning, and we'll choose what we're going to use and all this stuff. But especially because the other stuff we filmed when I was there, was the focus was on this kind of big reveal, this kind of I mean the vampire stuff, and this discovery. So I was there, but it wasn't a moment for my character to really shine or experience too much.
It wasn't his moment.
No.
It wasn't any of us.
And I'm not saying that everything has to be a moment for me, but it was like I didn't have to be experiencing too much to be there, you know? I was kind of just part of the discovery, and so I didn't get much about what my character's going through from that. Once we do a scene with other people and kind of, then I'll learn, okay, this is why he's here.
But that was a really fun night.
It was fun.
It was very fun.
Very fun.
Very fun, especially with the makeup.
Yeah.
So makeup artist Sophie done that last minute.
Yeah.
It was really good. Fantastic.
And more of that is going to be great.
Yeah. But Florence done really well as well.
Yeah. I mean, the people were just randomly meeting, and then they're all of a sudden involved in like everything. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's the thing. You want to be around people who are like you want to get things done, and we've all got personal lives, so we all understand that some days we can't all make it or whatever.
Yeah.
But we've got a nice little team that's developing.
We do. And I guess just to come back to the point is that it's like I always feel more comfortable when I'm like, I know I got like that safety of like, okay, this is the date for this, and this when we do that, and this and I for a while after Essex Boys then doing MI, I kind of had that. So okay, this is the next thing. Great, I'm gonna get that gratification, whatever. And now it's kind of like we're kind of working our way through several things, and some days I kind of drop off, and I'm like, well, okay, what's next, kind of thing. And I always want to keep that momentum going.
I mean, the same thing happens to me. I mean, I'm not one who's got to try and organize this stuff, and I think to myself, this is never going to get filmed. This is never going to get shot.
Yeah.
I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to do that. But then I have to look at my track record, and it's like, well, no. Every time I said I'm going to film something, I filmed it. Yeah, Kill Room took me like 2 to 3 years. Got it filmed. It's still technically not finished.
Yeah.
But it's there. You can watch it. And it's getting us a limited release this Halloween. So if you ever get worried, go on IMDb and look at my track record.
Yeah, I don't worry about.
Well, no, because it creeps in with me as well. But you can also see the projects you were a part of. Then you can remember, yeah, that took so long to get this done. It took so long to get that done. I mean,
What was Essex Boys, like over a 2-month period or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Right.
It was shot in 2 weeks, but over like a
Yeah.
two to maybe 3.
And when was
No, were we filming in March? We started January.
I'm not sure.
We done January. We done loads of scenes in February.
Was it all this year?
Yeah,
Isn't that madness?
it's crazy, isn't it?
It's like, it's only October, and we did that, released it, started 3 more, went to a film festival for that one, got it on Prime, all this stuff, and that all happened within like a 6-month period.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I know it's not.
Perception of time is all just out of whack.
But then, there were strategies with that.
Yeah.
Strategies.
And we
I do.
kind of started MI. I don't know what day we started filming that. I remember you just kind of threw me into it, and I was like, okay, what are we doing? And I was like, okay, I actually kind of really like this. That's been a while since we did that first day. Just kind of walking around the streets, kind of.
It hasn't been that long ago. It feels longer. It wasn't that long ago.
Am I just going crazy? What was it, like early summer?
Yeah, it was. But that wasn't actually that long ago. What are we in now? We're in October, right?
Yeah.
So we started, I think, was either August or July. What was?
I don't know.
It was. Were the kids still at school, or were they on holiday? They must have been at school because we were shooting outside a lot.
Yeah, we were, and I was wearing t-shirts and stuff, so it was warm.
July, August, September, October, so about 4 months ago.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that movie was finished within 3 months. But then we looked at it and we were like, well,
Yeah.
we don't want to spoil it for anyone. We do X, Y, and Z, and we can make a better movie.
Yeah.
So, technically that film is done. Me and you could put a cut together now and it would be done. But it wouldn't be as strong as what we've now got planned.
Yes. And then if you think about it, that's like a 4-month period.
Yeah.
And that's super. I mean, it feels like a long time, but it's not a crazy amount of time. You double that, you do another 4 months. You're looking at what, like January, February. Then we're probably going to be looking at being done. And it's just like, when it gets to that period, when it gets to February, we're going to be like, oh God, and also we'll have probably done 2 other things by then. So,
I mean, if everything goes to plan, by January, the American Vampire film will be done.
yeah.
The new film, the Hooligan tapes will be done. And we'll just be going into the Exorcism tapes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad first year, really.
No. We're starting Hooligan tapes. I'm starting Hooligan tapes. You've already started.
No, starting on Saturday. I haven't started.
Oh, you were just like testing out?
I was just testing the camera and we put together a teaser trailer. Yeah, that's all that really was.
Okay. Saturday I need to get into like this like brutal headspace. Like got a bat in my hand. I'm gonna hurt someone. I'm one of the boys.
It's like curiously, what team scores at Newcastle?
Yeah. What are the football game stuff? We're going to find ways to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking to a few people, but
Yeah.
not something I want to talk about.
I like that.
You know me, anything to get the shot.
Yeah. But also with the filmmaking style, this, you know, kind of handheld, kind of lost and found. So you can get yourself into these kind of places.
Yeah.
And you're not saying, oh, I need to set up all these lights here. I need to have all these, I'm going to have all these people around and it's going to be really intrusive. It's just filming and you get what you need and people can almost not even know you've been there. Exactly. And it also allows you to kind of be the characters without it intruding in anyone's space. They won't even know you're playing the character. You're just there. We walk around the streets and we film and we're doing some really creepy stuff, but no one knows what's happening. It's not like there's a guy with a boom walking around. Like, oh, there's a film being done over there. They have no idea. But then when they see it, it's still a film. It's still being made right in front of you. But you just don't. It's naturally happening without all this stuff.
And when we were doing the Essex Boys tapes, we walked into pubs and did it, and no one even knew.
Yeah.
They didn't have a clue.
And you'd think, oh, they rented the pub out. They got all these extras. They got all this stuff going on. No. Just walk in. You can just film. You can just be a creator. You can just take a camera and make something, tell a story, and have all the heart you need and all. But you're not carrying this load around with you, you know, which we'll do. But right now, this is great for us.
I mean, I have done it.
Yeah, you have. Kill Room is, yeah.
Yeah, well, London Stories, Chasing Borders, Sacrifice, British Exorcism, and Kill Room. They were all shot cinematically, but you know, I've never had as much fun as doing the Lost and Founds.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I really do, because you can just get up and shoot, because that's what every filmmaker dreams of doing, just waking up and
doing it,
shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wake up and you think, oh God, I've got to go to an acting job today, it's time to hang it up. It's time to stop.
But it's like we show up on set for these kind of movies, and it's like, you know who you are, what's happening in the scene, and then you just have this freedom. You're not coming with all these lines in your head and messing you up, and you're just like, okay, here I am. And then you find that you do something really great while you're filming. You're like, damn, I didn't even think about that today, you know? Discovering.
So what sort of feedback have you had, like, you know, since yes?
I don't think, I mean, people told me they watched it, but I don't think they really did. I think it's not, it's not an easy movie for someone who doesn't watch many movies.
No, it's not. Because it's more like a weird, crazy experiment.
Yeah. And you know, there's people out there who will watch that and they'll get it. And they'll say, okay, wow, hopefully. But
that's the weird thing. The people that know about the Essex Boys, they hate the movie, absolutely hate it, and they've made it very clear that they hate it. That's cool. That's fine. You know, I don't expect you just to like something because I tell you to. But movie lovers, as in like art house film lovers, have absolutely loved it.
Yeah, because it's not only just the movie, but it's the story behind it as well, which is important.
And it is a story. It's not really about the Essex Boys. We just pretty much use their name if we're being honest.
I hope it's inspiring. I hope it's inspiring to people who want to make a movie. You can say, look, these guys are doing it. And, you know, and hey, we're inviting a lot of people into what we're doing. And we're creating. And the Essex Boys, while I think it is a very difficult watch for a lot of people.
It is, yeah. Because another thing is the art house filmmakers, or film lovers, they're not going to buy something called the Essex Boys tapes and watch it. You're going to get someone who watched, I don't know, Rise of the Foot Soldier, Bonded by Blood, all those sort of films, and they're going to go in disappointed. So, but on the same breath, you want to see if you can do interesting films. So with the Essex Boys, I wanted to see if I could take that same old story and do it in a different way and present it in a different way, in a way that I know, which is art house, because that's what I am. I'm an art house filmmaker. And my main goal was to make them feel like real people.
Yeah, I'll definitely achieve that.
Yeah, now if they're living in mansions and things like that, they're not real people. The reason why you don't see Tony Tubbs's place is because he presumably is the same as name's Mickey Still.
Mm.
But yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make them feel like they were real people, like, hey, this is them messing around with the camera. And we even come up with a reason why they have the camera.
Yeah. And that's what it is.
Yeah, and the crimes are taught off camera, because, like, who would record crimes going on?
For real. It's just like an authentic look into... I mean, I think even somewhere at the back of it all, it's an authentic look into filmmaking and people making movies and actors and stuff. But at the surface, it's a story about the Essex Boys.
Well, I don't even really think it's about the Essex Boys. It's more about, you know, the drug dealer who's down the pub, you know, the drug runner.
Yeah.
It's really that type of story, but presumably they probably started that. But, you know, we tried to approach people who knew them and things like that, and they all wanted ridiculous amounts of money in order to tell their stories. And you read all these books, and quite frankly, I don't think any of it is the truth. So I was faced with the dilemma of, like, okay, so what do I do? Do I write a fictionalized account of this, or do I try and get my facts right and get it wrong anyway? If you look at Essex Boys with Sean Bean, that there was a lot that was fictionalized. I mean, they used the name Jason, I think, where the character was a mixture of Tony Tucker and Tate. And then you had like the Darren Nichol type character narrating the whole film. So, and I like the idea of, what I really clung on to was the idea that Pat was in prison, and that Tony Tucker, while Pat was in prison, Tony Tucker was advancing.
Yes.
And he was sort of left behind to a point where maybe he'd have to even work on the doors for Tony Tucker. And all these people in these films have portrayed him as if they were really close, stuff like that. But if you're on that amount of drugs, if you're on steroids, if you're on coke, if you're on heroin, ecstasy, you're going to be so paranoid of each other.
Yeah. How do you know I'm doing that? I'm not paranoid.
I don't feel like we totally got that in the film, but I think we hinted at it and we alluded to it.
Well, yeah. It's, you know, the movie, the filmmaking itself kind of represents that. This kind of, he's just come out, he's raw, he hasn't got anything. And that's kind of what you're seeing. It's kind of how the movie was even kind of made. And there's a lot there. I just think it's difficult for a certain kind of audience. And that's absolutely fine. But I'm really proud of what we did.
I'm proud of it as well.
And what you said about feedback, I haven't received much direct feedback on the movie, but I feel like the people around me and people I speak, strangers I tell about what I'm doing now, I get a lot more belief that I'm, you know, it used to be like, oh, you're doing acting, good luck. And that's, you know, whatever. To most people, it's like an impossible dream to make money and get seen, all this stuff. But now, even after the Essex Boys came out and people are seeing footage, little clips of of the other things we're doing, people are like, okay, maybe you got a chance. You know, people are like, yeah, okay, you're an actor. And that has been so good for me. I really enjoy that. I don't feel, when I tell people I'm an actor, I believe it when I say it, you know, and I believe it. I'm creative in what I'm doing. Whereas like 3 years ago, it was kind of like, yeah, I'm an actor. Yeah, I mean, it's really tough and I'm doing little things and that. But now I'm like, yeah, I'm an actor. This is what I'm doing. These are the things I'm planning. This is the ambition that I've got and the team I'm with has got. And that's so important.
Well, it's a lot easier to call yourself an actor when you've got a leading role in the movie. That's the crime.
Yes. But I mean, even if like 2 people had seen that movie, it's also the fact that we're creating that allows me to say I'm an actor, even though you haven't seen it and no one's watching it. I still have that ability. I'm still able to keep doing it. Not just no one's seen my stuff, and also I'm not really doing it.
They've seen it. They're watching it in India.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. No, I mean, I'm talking like hypothetically about.
I know.
Yeah, but that's good.
And New Zealand.
I'm gonna go over there. I won't be able to walk down the street. Yeah, should move there just for my own self-esteem.
But obviously, most of the watches are happening in the UK.
Yeah. I mean, you know, has it exploded? No. Is people watching it? Is it?
I mean, considering that we did this on nothing and we just had the camera, it kind of has exploded.
Yeah, I mean, it's gone beyond what
To the point where we now own a 4K camera and we can start possibly pitching something to Netflix because we have an approved camera.
That's cool.
So, for us, yeah, it's bueno.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than where we were yesterday.
Indeed. And it's led us down a path of using this filmmaking to keep creating and not letting ourselves hit barriers and stuff, you know. We've just catapulted ourselves into all these different things, which all came from the Essex Boys. Basically just finding our way through that movie has found our way into the future for us. So we have to be very grateful for that movie, no matter how well it ever does, because it's kind of created what we are right now.
Yeah, it brought the family together in a sense. And now we have other people involved as well, like Adam.
Yeah. We believe we can do it, you know, because we've done it.
Well, we know we can do it.
Yeah. We know we can do it because we've done it. It's just about what we do. So, yeah.
And with that, I think we'll wrap up with the fact that we know we can do it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you should know you can do it too. You should know you can do it because you can do it.
But basically, if you listen to this, you would create something, go out and create.
Yeah, that's our guarantee. We guarantee it.